welcome. This is Tyndale and good morning here this Saturday morning. The sporting headlines from around the district this week: we've got final hole chip leaves Paisley in the money, that's golf. Matfin retain unbeaten record with superb century from Scott, and that's in the West Tyne League. And we've got a hard-earned win that puts Tyndale second in the table. And season ends in a narrow defeat for Tyndale in rugby. Hello and welcome. You've joined us here on Cricket West Tyne online radio on our network host Speaker Internet Radio, and I very much welcome you to the programme this morning. My name's Matthew Erskine, and I'm here as usual this Saturday morning to bring you a review of the sport from across the district, and we'll look ahead to both football fixtures that are left this season. We've got one or two rugby fixtures just to finish off as well. Mainly from the second string teams at Tyndale. We'll have a look at the tables as the cricket teams go into today's matches, and we'll give you all the matches and fixtures for today as well. So looking outside this morning, we've got a beautiful sunny morning here in the west end of Hexham up the valleys. I hope you're doing the same. A nice sunny morning. It wasn't out early this morning, the sun, but it's out now, and it looks set for a fine day for this summer sporting Saturday in Tyndale. Although it feels like summer, we are still in spring. But just a quick word that we're here this morning, and down at Swalwell this afternoon we've got live commentary, live descriptions of play from 2:30 this afternoon as Tyndale first team travel down to Swalwell for their third match in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. So from 2:30 we'll be down at Derwenthoff Park. Do join us then if you can. And we'll be on throughout the afternoon with live updates and bits and pieces of live commentary to take you through the afternoon on the hour until the close of play. And there'll be extended spells of commentary as well towards the end of the game and through any exciting moments. So that's what we're doing this afternoon, 2:30 at Swalwell. Do join us if you can here on Cricket West Tyne. Before we move on, we've got the experts in business consultancy and the Royal Oak at Cornsay Colliery, who have kindly sponsored the programme this morning, and we've got one or two other sponsors as well here on Cricket West Tyne. Keep us running, and they do support us, so thank you very much to them. And our latest one, as I'm just picking up here, you know how we like the Tyndale name here on Cricket West Tyne? Well, we like the name Tyndale here on Speaker Online Radio, so think rugby and you can think cricket about that one. But why not add in Tyndale's Beer Festival, which takes place from the 14th to the 16th of June 2018, down at Tyndale Rugby Club. With over 150 beers and ciders to sample, plus gin, Pimm's and Prosecco, plenty of live music, fantastic street foods, and don't forget some sevens rugby. All for good causes and all to make your visit special. Make it a date, a tasty treat in the Tyne Valley, 14th to the 16th of June, and tickets are available now. Visit the website at tyndalebeerfestival.org or find the Beer Festival on social media, and this is your Tyndale Beer Festival. Book now for these dates, the 14th, 15th or 16th of June 2018. So there we go. We do like the name Tyndale here on Speaker Internet Radio on the Cricket West Tyne programme. And do go along if you can, if you want to book tickets for the Tyndale Beer Festival down at Tyndale Rugby Club. So we'll start with the weather, and then we'll move down to Priors Flat and bring you some fixtures for the club this weekend. 1 or 2 have been conceded at junior level, so we'll bring you those. But the weather this morning is going to be mainly dry with variable cloud and sunny spells for the weekend. Just 1 or 2 scattered showers, and it's going to be warmer at 15 to 17 degrees centigrade or 59 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. There's going to be a good deal of dry and sunny weather next week. Into the week there will be a slight risk of ground frosts overnight, but it's going to turn less settled towards the end of the week. So enjoy it while you can. I think that's advising us this week. Gordon Curry, who's writing our weather report in the Hexham Courant this week, just to keep us up to date. So enjoy it while you can. Enjoy this bank holiday weekend. There's plenty of sport on, so do enjoy it wherever you go. If you're listening this morning, you're more than welcome to listen as well. I don't know if you heard a click on the microphone there, but I've just got wrapped up in all the wires at my desk. But we'll carry on. So we've got some Tyndale fixtures for you. We'll move on to the cricket now, the cricket podcast. Tuesday last week, the under-18s at Tyndale won by 10 wickets versus Wickham to go into the semi-final of the Durham Cricket Board Tyneside Division Cup in a 15 overs match. Wickham totaled 40 for 8. George Cook took 3 for 13, and then it was Tyndale 41 who made 41 to win the match. Sam Peter was 21 not out, and Matty Pugh was 15 not out. And with that win, there'll be a home semi-final for the under-18s, and it'll be either against Burnup Field or Shotley Bridge. So we'll bring you the date for that one, but do keep in touch with the Tyndale Cricket Club Facebook page at Tyndale Cricket Club, or their Twitter feed at Tyndale CC, or they're on Instagram as well, and the club does keep everybody up to date on there, so please check that out to find the date of that semi-final for the under-18s. Also in the week there was a player support group held and a training session. That was on Thursday. Hope everything went well with that one. And last night I popped my head into the club and the junior training started for the first time this year, and it looked as if it was okay. It was a very nice night for it, and that always makes a difference. Top notch doing the food down at the club these Friday nights that run through the spring and summer for the juniors. And just for a bit of information here, for future times, there's the under-9s are on training from 4:30 to 5:30, then the under-11s and the girls are from 5:45 to 7 o'clock, and then the under-13s and under-15s are 7:15 until 8:30 p.m. So fixtures for today, and then we'll bring you all the other fixtures in Tyndale's senior leagues as well. Today the first team travelled down to Swalwell for their match, as I mentioned before. The second team, as it happens, with Hebburn dropping out of Division 5 South, they haven't got a game today, so it's an enforced absence of a game for the second team at Tyndale today. And further down the list, there's been 2 concessions, both of the opposition for Tyndale in the under-11s. So the under-11s Tigers were meant to be away at Monk Seaton, and the under-11s Terriers were meant to be at home versus Alnwick, and they were both 10 o'clock starts, but Monk Seaton and Alnwick have both conceded, so Tigers and the Terriers will take the full points there. One good piece of news from the juniors here: Sunday the 6th, which is tomorrow, start of the season. These are all first games of the season, so a little bit disappointing there for the under-11s. But the under-13s are away at Benwell Hill with a 10 o'clock start tomorrow as well. So good luck to the under-13s as they get the season underway. On the 12th of May, the new pizza van, the Fire and Door pizza van, will be at Prior's Flat. Did I say the 12th of May? Yes, the date there, the 12th of May. Ross Giddy and his new pizza van, along with the rest of his workers and helpers on the van, will be at Tyndale Cricket Club as they have a host night, and hopefully it'll all go well with them, as he's been starting that pizza business there, and very good it is too. Wednesday night, Tyndale, the first team, have a cup tie and this is in the Tyneside Charity Bowl, and they're away to Shotley Bridge on Wednesday night, and I think that'll be a 6 o'clock start, and it will be, and on Wednesday the 16th of May, Allendale come down to Priors Flat for one of the opening ties in the County Cup. So Wednesday the 16th of May, that'll be a 6 o'clock start down at Priors Flat, and on the 9th of May, Tynedale travel up to Shotley Bridge for a cup tie. One or two other bits of cricket news. That covers about it from down at Priors Flat. But the Northumberland County Cricket Club, they get underway. Their season has got underway this week, or will, for the senior team, but the development 11 had a game midweek at Gateshead Fells ground. It was a 40-over match against the Durham Academy, which the Academy won by 64 runs. And it was 210, with Whitty taking 4 for 42 for the Northumberland, as the Academy scored 210, which played 146 for 7 from the Northumberland lads, and it was Mukhtar who top scored there with 52. The county senior team, as I just said, get underway tomorrow, and Tynedale's own Tom Cant, captain this year, they start their season tomorrow in the minor counties T20 competition with 2 games against Lincolnshire. The first game starts at 11 o'clock down at Jesmond, and approximately 2:30 for the start of the second match, depending on how long the first match takes to go ahead. So do go down to Jesmond if you want to watch some minor counties cricket tomorrow. And the team announced, the 13-man squad has been announced by the Northumberland County Cricket Club, and it's Cant the captain. There'll be A. Appleby, C. Appleby, Brown, Clay, Cragg, McGee, Mustard, Simpson, J. Thompson, Tyndall, Whiteman and Whitehead. That's the 13-man squad for the Northumberland County team, who start their season tomorrow in the T20 against Lincolnshire. So that covers our cricket news down our cricket podcast news at the moment. I'll just have a look at what time we're on. Yes, just coming up to 9:15. We're here for 40 minutes this morning, because of our live commentary this afternoon from 2:30 here on Spreaker Internet Radio. Just a quick update from Tynedale Hockey Club. The ladies, their season just got even better last week after winning the league. The ladies beat Whitley Bay 7-2 in the final of the plate competition. So good result there, and there's some good pictures if you go onto Tynedale Hockey Club's Facebook page, Tynedale Hockey Club. You'll see some great pictures of the match there as well. We'll have a short bit of music now to keep us going here. Once again, thank you to Experts in Business, the Business Consultancy, the Royal Oak, Canton Bristol and Dairy Products, for helping us out, our sponsors here. A bit of marketing for them this morning here on the programme. And MKM Building Supplies as well, who are the main club sponsor down at Tynedale. And thank you to you, the listener. If you've joined us this morning, you're very welcome to. And wherever and whenever you can get an internet connection, you can listen to us right here on Spreaker Internet Radio on Cricket West Tyne, or Saturday morning Sports Roundup, or for our live commentaries as well. But here's a piece of music for you now. This will take us through, and we'll come straight into today's preview of the cricket fixtures, and then some sport from around the district as well. Here we go then. We've got 100 years from Polly Action.
Grabbing empty smiles. find the time. But all those years they passed you by. You're left wondering how to criticize everyone's life. Spending money when it don't cost a dime. You're already here, and all those years they passed you by. You're left wondering how to die. La 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 la.
There we go, that was 1000 years from Polly Action here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. Good morning. If you've just joined us here, you're more than welcome to listen. We're just going to go in and bring you some results from the cricket last week, as well as the tables as the teams go into today's fixtures. So last week in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League, we had Tynedale versus Wrighton. Tynedale won by 2 wickets. Percymain versus Ashington. It was Ashington who came out on top by 2 wickets there. Concert versus Stocksfield. Concert won by 10 wickets. Lanchester versus Newcastle City. Lanchester won by 6 wickets. Shotley Bridge versus Swalwell. Shotley Bridge won by 17 runs. And Almouth and Lesbury versus Linz. It was Linz who won by 5 wickets. In Division 2, Greenside versus Seaton Burn. Seaton Burn won by 1 wicket. Tilside versus Morpeth. Morpeth won by 8 wickets in that one. Over at Ledgate, as they entertained Anfield Plain, the match was drawn. Bedlington versus Cowgate. It was Bedlington who won that one by 120 runs. And Blythe versus Ponteland. Ponteland won that one by 89 runs. In Division 3, it was Blagton versus Warkworth. Blagton won by 3 wickets in that game. Berwick versus Corbridge. Berwick won by 17 runs. A good 100 there from captain and opening batsman Andy Dover. Whitley Bay versus Bommersund. Bommersund it was who won by 115 runs in that one. The Gems versus the Blue Flames. The Gems won by 3 wickets. And Wickham versus Ashington Rugby. Ashington Rugby won by 2 wickets. And Benwell and Walbottle versus Backworth. It was Backworth who came away there with 30 points and a 5 wickets win. And in the West Tyne League, the first division of the West Tyne League, Hayden Bridge versus South Northumberland. The match was tied. Hexham Leazers versus Allendale. Allendale won by 10 wickets. In Humshoff versus Wylam, over at Chollerford, Humshoff won by 120 runs. And Stocksfield versus Benwell Hill, that was Benwell Hill's day there, 105 runs win. Matfin Hall versus Holtwhistle. Matfin Hall won by 32 runs. Belsay, and finally Belsay versus Newton. Newton won by 10 wickets. That was the main results from the leagues where we have clubs involved here in Tynedale. We'll have a look at some second team results now. Now you have to bear with us on this one because the little line scores here and they're all mixed up, so I'll just look down and here we are in Division 4, Division 5 South, sorry. We've got the Tynedale second team who completed a good win over Wrighton, and they did that by 10 wickets. And Wrighton second scored 82, while Tynedale reached 85 for no wicket. Paul Scandal 34 not out, and Ben Griffiths 43 not out, while Ben Cuthbertson started continued his season well, taking another 3 for 8 runs bowling there. Now have we got some West Tyne results here? Yes. In the second division, Humshoff 198 for 4 declared, and that was in Division 1, there. In Division 2, there's only one result here, and that was Hexham Leazes seconds, 118 all out, played Corbridge thirds, 120 for 4. So, sorry about that mistake there. But that was Division 2 of the West Tyne League, so that was some of the second team results. Now, we'll move swiftly on here into the tables, and then we look at the fixtures for today. So if we look down the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League, in Division 1, as the teams go into today's matches, Shotley Bridge at the top there with 60 points, followed from Tynedale in second with 54, followed by an 18-point gap down to Allenmouth and Lesbury, Linz and Newcastle City, and then there's a point or two between Ashington, Consett, Swalwell, who Tynedale play today, who are on 34 points, Lanchester, Wrighton, Percymain and Stocksfield at the bottom there. And in Division 2, Bedlington, Morpeth, Ponteland, Ledgate make up the top 4. Anfield Plain, Bates Cottages, Alnwick, Seatonburn, Cowgate and Greenside make up the bottom order there, with Tilside and Blythe bringing up the foot of the table. In Division 3, Backworth and the Gems are at the top, 60 and 56 points respectively, followed by Berwick, Ashington, Blagden, Blue Flames, Warkworth, Bommersund, Wickham, Corbridge and Banwell and Walbottle, and Whitley Bay are at the bottom of Division 3. In Division 1 of the West Tyne League, as the teams go into today's fixtures, Allendale at the top 40 points, level with Humshoff in second. Matfin, Haydenbridge, Haltwhistle, Benwell Hill and Newton bring up the top of the middle there, while Hexham Leazes, South Northumberland and Belsay make up the next 3, and at the bottom are Wylam and Stocksfield, 3rd 11. So there we go, that's how our teams line up in Tynedale for their games this afternoon. And we'll now go to the fixtures. So in Division 1, these are today's fixtures, by the way, and it looks as if they might all get played if this weather stretches right across Northumberland, Tyneside and County Durham this afternoon. So today's fixtures in Division 1, the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League, Lanchester versus Shotley Bridge. That should be a good game. And Linz versus Consett. They all should be a good game, actually. There's some raring fixtures. Newcastle City host Ashington down at the Gosforth ground there. Then Wrighton host Alnmouth and Lesbury. Stocksfield host Percymain down on the main road. And last but not least there, Swalwell entertain Tynedale. In Division 2, Bates Cottages host Blythe. Bedlington host Greenside, Cowgate Sports are at home to Anfield Plain, Morpeth take on Alnwick, a bit of a local derby there, Ponteland versus Ledgate and Seatonburn are at home to Tilside. If we go now to Division 3, this is Corbridge's division. The 5th of May, we've got Ashington Rugby versus Banwell and Walbottle, Backworth versus Blagden, Berwick versus Whitley Bay, Bommersund versus Wickham, and Corbridge are at home down at the Stanners against the Blue Flames, and Warkworth take on the Gems. And that completes the top division fixtures for today. That's where everybody's playing, and that about completes our run-up of the cricket. And remember, the second team at Tynedale don't have a game today, as Hebben dropped out the league before it started, so every team is going to have a couple of free weeks throughout the season, and today, and on such a beautiful day as well, Tynedale seconds have to sit out of action today, so no second team game. One other I meant to mention before when I read out the under-18 results at Tynedale, the 8th of May, and that's this Tuesday night, Tynedale under-18s have a game up at Consett as well. So if that goes ahead, the best of luck to the under-18s as they try to continue their winning start to the season in the cup competitions with that league match against Consett. Now, what time are we on? We've got about 15 minutes left of the programme this morning here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. If you're with us, thank you very much for listening this morning. We'll go straight into some other sport now, and in our district sports review in association with the Hexham Courant. The headline, as I said in the intro, was Final Hole Chip Leaves Paisley in the Money. And this is golf, and pictured there is Chris Paisley, who teamed up with Tommy Fleetwood for the tournament in New Orleans last week. And a dramatic finish in America saw Stocksfield golfer Chris Paisley enjoy his biggest payday on tour, as the 32-year-old pitched in on the final hole of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans on last Sunday, which earned Paisley and his playing partner Tommy Fleetwood a share of 4th place among a star-studded international field. So the good journey continues for Paisley there. At the bottom of the back page this week in the sporting columns, we've got Match Honours Prudhoe Legend. A charity match in honour of the North East football legend will take place in Prudhoe tomorrow, so it's today. We're looking at the fixtures, and the Bob Stokoe Shield will be contested for the second successive year, with a Prudhoe United team taking on Sunderland under-23s at Kimberley Park, and the match will once again raise funds for the Prudhoe-based Children's Centre at Ferndean. Excuse me there. And we'll go to football soon, but on the back page, Seniors triumphing cup final, and that was the Prudhoe Youth Club Seniors who overcame Blythe Spartans 3-2 on Tuesday night. Last Tuesday night to clinch the Tyne Valley Carpets Northern Alliance Amateur Cup final, and the second division leaders never recovered from a first half onslaught from Prudhoe. So well done there to Prudhoe. Now if you have your Courant, and no doubt you've done it this week, turn to page 70 and 71. We've got all the cricket scores there, which we've been through. Matfin retain unbeaten record, and there's pictured there as a batsman, and he strikes delivery in the second division game there between Wark and Medhamsley, as well as a catch taken as well, with a relieved look on the fielder's face as well. But all the results there as well, and Tynedale, hard-earned win by Tynedale puts them in second in the table, and pictured is Tynedale's Josh Renton, who took 4 Wrighton wickets on Saturday in an outstanding performance. Turning over now, we do move on to football proper, and then we'll come to the rugby. So let's see, we've got the Tyneside Amateur League first here. Jubilee's Cup heroics end in defeat by Killingworth, and Haltwhistle Jubilee's magnificent run in the Northumberland FA Minor Cup ended as they went down to the very strong Killingworth side in Friday's final. And this was a week and a bit ago now. A 62-minute hat-trick from Martin Roper added to Malcolm Morion's quick-fire brace and Kevin Grahamslaw's second half goal to secure the 6-0 win for Killingworth at Whitley Park. So, the Jubilee, their first season in the Saturday football, it's gone, I would suggest that it's gone better than they might have expected, as we've followed them through the pages of the paper here this season. So very well done to get into the final. They just couldn't make it all the way through. And Williams safeguards his first half advantage, and another fine home display saw Ulster maintain 4th in the league, although the 4-0 scoreline against Wellington slightly flattered the hosts. And it was in a scintillating first half Ulster raced into the lead thanks to a Dan Alexander header which looped over the keeper's head. A second swiftly followed from Billy Rogan, and at the other end Wellington were denied on several occasions. Ulster increased their lead thanks to 2 goals from skipper Jack Curra, and they were 4-0 up by half-time, and the man of the match was Williams for the Ulster side there. In the Hexham and District Sunday League, Barrisford's Joys, they retained trophy. Pictured there are the winning Barrisford team who won the R&R Hans McSimmons Trophy last Sunday. And Barrisford have become the first team to successfully defend the R&R Hans McSimmons Trophy, and it came after a 2-0 win against the Wylam Black Bull. Both teams went into the game on the back of contrasting seasons. Wylam have had a very successful debut season in Division 2, and Barrisford have sometimes struggled this season for 11 players. The first half of the final was end-to-end, and it was Nathan Moore and Scott Turley who were doing a good job trying to contain one of the league's leading scorers, Mark Nixon. Bowersford took the lead after an hour following a Will Forsyth corner, and then Bowersford doubled their lead on the hour mark when Gary Pigg's free kick was put into the path of Gary Nixon, who scored the winning goal. And it was 10 minutes later when Wylam pulled one back. It was Sam Wilkinson who scored there, but Bowersford held on, and the R&R Hans Mick Simmons trophy was in their hands. And other results as the season comes to a close, the football season. In Division 2, the cup final at Hayden Bridge, Puttertown East End were 2-1 winners against the Crowcrook Fox and Hounds. In junior football now, I think we've got some junior football left here, yes. We've got the girls football. The Rockets fired up after break in the Northumberland Girls League. Wylam Rockets under 13s eventually ran out 5-2 winners in their home match against Ponteland United Revolution. The under 16s were well beaten in a tough match away at league leaders Bedlington, and the under 10s girls team won the Pinpoint Cup, beating Ashington Town 4-2. Just some more senior football. I've just noticed it down in the corner here, page 69. Putty title hopes crushed. Northern Alliance football. The hopes of Putty Youth Club seniors to clinch the second division title have all but disappeared after a 3-0 away defeat to table toppers Blythe Spartans Reserves. Hexham's campaign in the first division is drifting to a mid-table finish after a 4-2 reversal at home to Wallsend Boys Club. And in the Premier Division, Wallington maintained their good run of form, collecting 4 points in 3 days. As on Saturday they beat Gateshead Rutherford 5-1 and had a 1-1 draw with Killingworth Town a couple of days later. Ponteland United travelled to Seaton Delaval last Saturday and won 2-0. Stocksfield Juniors, pictured on page 68, they defeated Corbridge 7-0 in the final of the Under-16s West Division Cup held at Puttertown. Stocksfield led 6-0 at the interval, playing some superb football throughout the first half, and the second half was more of an even game, and a hat-trick from Jed Kildare and a brace each from Jake Hayes and Dan McCrane completed the scoring, and Stocksfield there pictured with the shield in their tangerine kits. A couple of other junior results before we move on to the rugby. Allendale under-14s were away to Newcastle Benfield in the North Eastern Youth Development League Championship, and the match was a physical encounter, and Allendale lost 6-3 despite a man-of-the-match performance from goalkeeper Alice Bradley. In the Pinpoint League, Ponteland United Munich were involved in a 9-goal thriller against Team Gosforth last Saturday, and it was Joseph Clark. They lost 6-3 as well, and man of the match was Joseph Clark, and goals came from Joseph Nicholson and Rhys Johnson. One last result, Hexham Rapid bounced back well from losing the West Division Cup final to Throckley last Tuesday on penalties with their first ever win over Heaton Hawks on the Saturday. So that completes our football, and we've got some fixtures here as well, so I'll do them quickly before we finish off with the rugby. I'll just have a look. Yes, we've got about 5 minutes left here this morning on Cricket West Tyne on Speaker Internet Radio here. So some football fixtures for tomorrow. In the district, Hexham and District Sunday League, Phoenix, Hexham John Pickworth League Cup final at Puttertown. Puttertown take on Putter Social Club. In the Beals of Hexham Division 1, Hayden Bridge Anchor take on Hexham. And in Division 2, Haltwhistle Railway entertain Ponteland Village, while Puttertown East End entertain Ponteland United Stamfordham. And on Tuesday night, there's the Beals of Hexham Division 1 match between Putter Social and Puttertown. So we've gone through all the cricket fixtures and the football fixtures. Now Tynedale Rugby Club, the seniors finished their season. The juniors, some of the second string teams have got some matches to finish off, including a Colts semi-final away at Sheffield tomorrow. And season ends in narrow defeat for Tynedale. Chester 34, Tynedale 33 in the National League 2 North, and pictured there is James Clark, who scored twice against Chester. And Tynedale ended their season with something of a whimper on Saturday, going down to their third consecutive defeat, yet again by the tiniest of margins. And the match report there is not too long, back up from Chester, but promotion They missed out last week, and Sale have been promoted as champions from National League 2 North, and Sedgley Park will face Division 2 South runners-up Chena in a playoff for promotion to National League 1. But sadly, nearest neighbours Bladen now have only a mathematical chance of avoiding a second successive relegation, along with the Lucktonians and Sheffield. And Tynedale were due to play Sheffield today, but that game was voided because the fixture didn't, by mutual consent, because the fixture didn't mean anything to both clubs. So that was the senior team, and there'll be final heartache for Centurions. Corbridge endured some sat-nav confusion en route to losing the Candy Cup final 34-28 against Hartlepool. So runners-up for the Centurions down at Tynedale there. And as I mentioned at the start, one game tomorrow, the Tynedale Colts have their semi-final of their cup away at Sheffield tomorrow. So good luck to them. They're keeping the season going for the Tynedale club. One or two quick stories to finish off now. Unpredictable forest tracks take a toll on rally drivers, and that was the forest tracks at Kielder Forest proved a stern test for the crews in the Pirelli International Rally, which launched their 2018 British Rally Championship last weekend. So some great pictures there as well, and I'm sure you'll find them on the internet too. Pupils shine at coaching courses to become sports leaders, and a total of 21 Haydenbridge High School students recently completed the Cricket Activators Coach Award with West Northumberland Cricket Development Officer Tom Cant. And just one more rugby story, just turned the page there, and Tynedale Under-13's victorious rugby squad after their winning performance at the Waterfall Cup at the Northern Rugby Football Club, and pictured there are some of the players, and they look extremely happy indeed. So there we go. I think that about brings us to the end. The Pigeons can bring us to the end completely here. Tynedale Homing Society held a race on last Sunday from Wakefield, with 7 members sent 219 birds, and the results in first, second, third and sixth was P. Scott, a regular name appearing at the top of the leaderboard there. But that's it this morning here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. My name's Matthew Erskine. I hope you've enjoyed the programme if you've listened this morning. Enjoy this sunny bank holiday weather we're supposed to have. And if you want to join us down at the cricket this afternoon, 2:30 will be on the air for our first stint of commentary from Swalwell versus Tynedale in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. But until then, next Saturday, we'll have our 9 o'clock broadcast as usual, then more cricket as well. But 2:30 this afternoon, you can join us here on the online radio. So if you want to join us then, please do so. But for me, it's goodbye for now.